The Black Business Council is urging law enforcement officials to perform their duties diligently on Monday during the shutdown. For more on the Council's reaction, I'm joined by Kgankie Matabane, who's the CEO of the BBC. Kgankie, thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us. We've had many voices chime in on this planned shutdown. Many raise their concerns, express their anxieties. We've had the security cluster come out to say that the South African National Defence Force is on standby. Law enforcement is on high alert. As the BBC, what's your reaction to, I suppose, the lead-up to this shutdown?
Good morning, Ntokozo and Newzroom Afrika viewers. We were saying the law enforcement agencies must do their job because we learned from 2021 that they were caught napping. So it's very assuring that they are prepared, but always, as always, action is more important than talking. But we do acknowledge that the EFF and any other South African citizen have got the right to protest, but there's also a corresponding right to respect the rights of those ones who are not interested in the protest of the march. So we are expecting the EFF to respect and not interfere with those people who want to continue with their daily routine of especially small businesses, because small businesses are still recovering from COVID. They're still recovering from the July 2021 riots. They're also struggling with the load shedding. They're trying to work them around stage 6, stage 5, stage 4. At least fortunately today, stage 1, they can operate a little bit better. But those type of challenges and the high unemployment rate that we have in South Africa, it's important that whoever is doing any protest, they respect the rights of the others.
Yeah. You're right in saying that law enforcement has to act diligently and ensure the safety and security of all South Africans, including business owners. But we know that there is this element of unpredictability when it does come to mass action, rolling mass action, for instance. What would be the financial cost of a shutdown wherein small to medium-sized businesses are, in fact, on Monday forced to cease their business operations because the environment actually isn't safe?
Yeah, it's very huge, especially for micro businesses that are very, very small. Remember, most of them are sort of from hand to mouth type of organizations and businesses. So whatever taking or money that they make on that day is what keeps them going. So imagine if they lose a daily, one day earnings, what impact will that have on them? And remember, these are people who are trying to feed their families. And if they are not able to operate, they are going to lose and remember, most of them are working 7 days a week. So if they lose one day in 7 days, it's a lot of money. And they may not even be able to recover from that. And remember, most of them are operating on the streets where the marchers or the protesters are likely to pass. So instead of disrupting them, we were urging the EFF to actually support them by buying goods and services that they are selling, so that they can continue to support their families and take their kids to school.
Yeah. I want to hear from the BBC what it thinks of the economic freedom fighters' rhetoric around this particular planned shutdown. The march itself is centered around 3 focus areas: marching against load shedding, high unemployment rate, as well as calling on President Cyril Ramaphosa to resign from his position. But isn't it counterintuitive to call for a national shutdown where in essence nothing is supposed to be operational, while advocating for changes to be made to address South Africa's high unemployment rate?
Yeah, I think they've got their right to demand whatever they want to demand. We are not in politics, so we cannot be saying regime change because regimes are changed through elections, and we've got elections next year. So those who want to change regimes should follow that process. But it's their right to demand whatever they are demanding, as long as it's within the ambit, or is within the confines of the constitution. And then remember, they are playing in a political space. For us, we are playing in a business space where we just want to protect the rights of our members, to make sure that our members operate, to make sure that our members continue to create jobs, they grow the economy, and then we reduce the poverty that we have. Hence, we are happy that Eskom, it looks like, is doing something now with load shedding. If we are now on stage 1 and stage 2, I think it's a good development. So Eskom should continue to work hard on reducing load shedding, so that we go back to normal, because small business cannot afford all these other solar things, generators and others, because it increases the price of their goods. So EFF, I think, should be considerate. Instead of disrupting, they should actually support the small businesses.
All right, Kgankie, thank you so much. We'll leave it there for now. That's the CEO of the Black Business Council, Kgankie Matabane, giving us his thoughts there on the EFF's upcoming planned shutdown.